There are sometimes that things you can't unsee, things that you need to try to reconcile, resolve, come to some type of conclusion. And for right now, I'm not able to do that. So we're here again and we're looking for truth. Here we go. Hello and welcome, everyone. I am Lady Zelda Kelly with True Oracle. We're reading, and this is a part 2 to the Charlie Kirk readings. I think there's probably going to be several more parts because the more I look into this, and believe me, I'm looking into this myself because there's a lot of information out there. And just like you, I read a lot of it, I look at a lot of it, and there are some things that I just can't reconcile in my mind. But tonight, what I want to do, and it is late Saturday night, October 4th of 2025, what I would like to do is read the energy that has accumulated around this situation and around Charlie. Now, that doesn't mean we're not going to read for Charlie. We have questions, and I believe the atmosphere, the land, the university, I'm going to say the renovation of that particular spot where this happened to Charlie is holding on to energy. I have several decks here. We don't know. If you know me, you know that I have decks, and you know that we may just pull some more in. And as you get to know me and understand my style of reading, I am not a law enforcement officer. I am not a lawyer. I'm not in the medical profession. I am a tarot profiler. I am a profiler of people. I've worked in the crime arena reading for crime, unsolved crime mysteries for decades. This particular one baffles me. There is another case lately that I have seen where a crime scene was tainted, was dismantled in a matter of minutes. No caution tape, no crime scene protection. Go in, take care of it, and that's it. Now, one is by the feds, and that is Charlie Kirk, my understanding. The other one was by the state, and that was Officer John O'Keefe out of Boston. No caution tape, unanswered questions. If you'd like to see some of my readings, you can go and watch those readings from start to finish. But we're not here for Officer John O'Keefe today. We are here for Charlie Kirk. There's one thing that just really bothers me. And I think if you think about it, I know you all have seen it. There was a trap door, right? We're close to where Charlie was sitting. There was also a hologram camera that was also close to where Charlie was sitting. Don't know exactly the location of that. But I don't know, you probably have noticed this, that there was a ring on Charlie's finger that changed fingers on his left hand. It just changed fingers, pardon me. But the thing that I can't unsee is that after all of this happened and the chaos, not only were his team, some of his people smiling, but I saw his right arm, that was Charlie's arm, came up. You could see it coming up. You could see it across the table. He pointed his finger up. Now, some of us are being told that this unalived him almost immediately, that he was not aware. And then we have an ME report that says that this bullet did not break the skin. Well, where did all of that red stuff come from? And yet there wasn't anything. You saw a little bit on his arm when they were taking. There's just so many things. Usually they have an ambulance waiting. Why didn't they have that? There's just a lot. You know that there is too. So I want to read the energy around this. We're going to touch base with Charlie's energy. Okay, I'm not calling Charlie back. I want to try to tap into that particular energy at the university. So let's get started. So now, I mean, there's so much. And I'm going to tell you this, I'm not going to let it go. We're going to keep reading on this until we have some type of answers. Because do I believe that we're getting the truth? No, I do not. Do I believe that there are some people that are responsible for this that have not been uncovered? Absolutely, I do. Do I believe that Tyler Robinson has been, now these fell out, pardon me, I'm going to stop right there, has been put into a position? I do. Do I believe that he is the one who actually did this? And yes, sometimes I have to be careful with what I say, okay? Now, these cards fell out. They hit my thumb, but it's for a purpose. Okay. Help is going to be coming. Does this feel like Turning Point has just abandoned this whole thing, abandoned the idea? And we are supposed to take the lesson that they're giving us. We're supposed to buy what they're selling? I'm not. I don't think you are either. There's some very sus things in this. Will someone do the right thing? I don't think so. There is a burning desire from everyone, and we want answers. I do believe that this was unexpected. I'm going to tell you, I've tried to connect with Charlie's energy, and I don't get it. Now, that could mean that he could be sedated, in my opinion. Now, what I'm telling you are not facts. They're just my feelings and my opinion. And I also want to tell you that I'm a very happy person and happy with life, and, well, I wouldn't do anything to me or my family. But I will tell you that I believe that was unexpected. Based on this, there's a lesson that it should be learned. That everyone involved in this particular thing is expecting. They did not expect the outpouring of questions. Oops, look who has arrived. That is Sam Miami. Give me a second. Sorry about that, my darlings. This is Sam's, and she's my boss. Okay. There is a burning desire from everyone. We want answers. So let's pick these up. This just gives us an idea of where we are starting right now into this. And I'm going to put the cards back. This is the House of Zelda cards. This is my deck. You can't buy these from Amazon or on the internet, or I did sell a few of these decks. Right now they're not available. So I'm going to put out a couple of more cards. We're going to get started. We're asking to tap into the energy of Orem, Utah campus, pardon me. A wolf in sheep's clothing. A pathway ahead. Huge secret. We're going to leave it there. Things are heating up. They sure are. All right, kitty. I'm going to put this here. And we'll put these over here. I have another deck you've probably not seen before. If you're new to this channel, please do me a favor, like and subscribe. And welcome, because we're not doing anything political, and I'm asking for you to keep your comments non-political and very respectful, because regardless, let's respect the situation. I have shuffled these cards before we've started. The situation is, oh, you look at this, look at this. Shite, and yes, I don't say those words. Shite is about to pop off in flames. The situation is about to explode. Isn't this something? Because I did hear that there was close to this location where Charlie was maybe a day or two before, there was something that they had to detonate. So we're just asking for energy, investigating. Yes, yes, many are. And I say don't give up, and to be cautious, absolutely. Because sometimes you just don't know what you're dealing with. Outdated, expired, disused, old news, and discarded. I want more information on that card, please. Give me more information. What is outdated? What is expired? What is old news? And what is... Okay, I'm hearing what that is. Fake friends. Okay. And on the bottom of the deck, depression. There is a lot of depression for a lot of people because many of us see the truth. Actually, many of us recognize we're not being told the truth. I'll put this here. Here's what this is, my darlings. Outdated, expired. Now that they tried to feed us a particular narrative, a wolf in sheep's clothing, I believe that is the approach. And how appropriate is this? This is the approach of all those who are involved, who are not investigating. What they are trying to say is, okay, here, we're going to point the finger at Tyler Robinson. I think that's what is being pushed at us, even at the memorial. Question, where is Charlie's parents? Where is his sister? Where's Charlie? Where's he buried? And I think that pretty much that whole thing, that memorial service made me extremely uncomfortable. I couldn't hardly watch. But I feel that what they're doing is they're saying, okay, here we are. This is what we choose to believe because we may be being told that. So we just now we're going to tell you what to believe. Could it be some type of, in my opinion, could it possibly be predictive programming, or this is a narrative that they want us? So that's why it looks outdated and expired, is because they feel that it's done, over. They're moving on. They don't feel that there's any more to investigate. Wow. Just wow. Oh. That looked like, I don't know if you saw that or not, but that looked like the deck just was grabbed from me. And there's a card that flew over here. It's number 14. Charlie's birthday was on the 14th. And there's a message. And I do believe there's going to be a message come out on the 14th. What is it going to be? Not sure yet. We'll look into that. So the situation around this, the trap door, Charlie's arm. So they have decided, see, there's no caution tape. They have decided through the fake friends that he had around him and at Turning Point, whom I believe, now this is my opinion only, and that's all it is, and this is entertainment, was perhaps orchestrated, manipulated maybe. Expectation. Wow. Why do I keep coming up with Erica is expecting? Now, I want you to know I did see a few posts on the Book of Faces where she shows that she's holding some type of ultrasound or something like that, that is fake. I have debunked that. That is fake. However, do you see how we're being programmed, maybe initially sort of kind of to accept that, if that is the narrative that they want us to believe? Yeah, if things seem like they've changed, yes. Distant horizons, yes. There's a lot more to go. And the Lovers card shows up, which means there's a lot more, there's a lot deeper in this. And the journey, this is going to be a long journey for us. We may never get to the bottom. We may never have truth. We may never have a lot of things that are unknown. And this card had flipped over. I didn't realize this. Sudden wealth, money. Let's follow the money. That's what I'm getting. An occupation. Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely. And look at the bottom of the deck. More concern. So we have a message of concern. Charlie's birthday. Expectation. And more concern. I'm going to lay this over here. You might be able to just see a hint of that. Okay, so now here we go. I don't believe that Tyler was that person. The Tower card, it's falling away, falling down. And here we go with this Hermit card again. A sign of Virgo, but that's not how I'm reading it. This is an energy. And remember I said I'm reading the energy of that particular area. Charlie will be the only energy that I want to really deal with, even though, oh, look at this. Even though Erica, I believe, hints at coming through. Her energy is trying to poke through a little bit. We'll come back to her. We'll come back to her. It is so much. I don't want to confuse the readings because, sometimes you can confuse by putting too much out there in the cards. And we have to stick to the narrative. That's what I want to do. That's why there's probably going to be more than part 2, 3, and 4. But we're going to do it. We're going to get to the bottom of it. There are many players in this. And this is how I read. You can go over to my personal channel, which is Lady Zelda Kelly, Seeing Crime. And you'll see in those crime videos that I read. But we're going to pay attention to this. Because this tower, the tower that I feel they felt was cut and dried, manipulated, put in place. And I got to say that I feel there's a particular country. Look at that 6-sided Star of Solomon. Not going to say it. You can deduct that. Because I think there's some things now that are coming to the forefront. The Fool card. Now, here's the thing that's very interesting about the Fool. And no one is the Fool. But what's interesting is this is a card that pretty much says they want to wipe the slate clean. They did that very, very quickly with that energy with the crime scene. I'm just going to say it that way. A tainted crime scene. In my opinion, we have 2 crime scenes. The situation in which Charlie was unalived, and the situation of them tearing apart this crime scene, replacing everything, boarding up the trap door. See, the sun here that is white is void. Now, the number on this card is a 0, but it is the first card in the tarot deck. It's not really a 0. It's considered null, N-U-L-L. Null is void. Null is starting over, wiping the slate clean. And here's an interesting thing. This card coming out, there's a little motif here in this little fellow's knapsack. Can't really see it, it's too small, but it is a phoenix rising from the ashes. Did they take Charlie away through that trap door? Was he really reaching up over that table and pointing up? I'm upset because these people are smiling. Are they smiling because they feel mission accomplished, or are they smiling because they feel that they pulled the wool, the wolf in sheep's clothing, they pulled the wool over so many eyes? Okay. October, oh, and look at this. I want to say this. October is going to be an interesting month. This particular card, home is very important, and 1111 and the number 4. But I don't want to really concentrate on that card. But what I want to concentrate and point out a few things on this card. It's the Magician card, which I like to call also the Manifestation card. The motto, if you will, of this card, the reason he's pointing down and pointing up is, as above, so below. Meaning you have to have a parallel running in the same course. An infinite amount of energy using every element there is, which is water, earth, fire, and air. Having every element at your beck and call so you can flourish. The red in the card is all about passion, compassion, power, and even control. I'm going to put these back in. So I want to ask the cards now. Reading that energy, was that Charlie's arm? Maybe I misunderstood. Maybe I just didn't see it correctly. Was that Charlie's arm? I'm going to cut these a couple of times. That is also a sign of Scorpio. We've had this again. We've had this in the readings. The flag is a harvest flag. Let's leave this out here just for a second. Let's expand on this death card for me, please. And more, please. Okay, these two came out. Let's take this guy first. He is the Page of Swords. His nickname is the Prince of Wind and Breeze, and it's because you see he's just so blustery and blurry, and there's a lot of things happening in this card. An air element, you see the little birdies up there. An air element because you see his hair is caught in the wind. He's holding a sword, which, being an air element, the swords are communication, but they're thoughts. He's standing as though he wants to say, bring it. Bring it. But his sword runs off the frame of the card, which tells us that we are not done yet. There's much more to come. Now, this is interesting. This little fellow here, the Page of Wands, represents an opportunity of open doors, an opportunity of growth. You see, he's dressed very finely. And you see he's got this little cap on, and there's a little feather there. And have you ever heard of that saying, boy, that guy's got a feather in his cap? That means an accomplishment. It's a fire element, which means creativity. It means a very strong energy. And the wind will feed the fire. But the result of this, I just heard the word backfire. Backfire. Look at this. Him to his back, it's backfire. Was this whole thing planned out and set up? And did Charlie have to agree to something? But then it backfired? Because those things happen. Was he double-crossed? Because this is a card of regret. Anger, upset, could be guilt. And you see, it's focusing on the loss. This is a cups, 5 of cups. It's a water element. It's emotions. So focusing on loss, what's in front of him, but not focusing so much on the 2 here. We're going to leave that here. So that's what I'm thinking is here with this harvest. The harvest flag. And there's a lot going on in this death card. This fellow is not in a hurry. He's not galloping. He just looks like he's prancing along. But you see here, might be something you can't really see, but there's somebody here who's fallen out, and there's some little children that are upset, and then there looks like a priest type of fellow standing there looking like he wants to negotiate with death. In the background, we have reference to the moon card. Another sign, another element of Pisces, another water element, and those 2 pillars represents the gates of heaven. Interesting. Because the one thing that Charlie did not fear, but I think he may have been talked into something, or given something without a choice because of the regret. And these 2, could it be regret that he would have felt that he had to do it because of his children? I mean, look, these people that you're dealing with in these particular situations, and just by the way, I have heard that some other people other than Candace Owens are now being approached. MK are her initials. So you see, it's a situation that the more you think, the more you talk, the more there is. So we're going to grab a few cards from this deck. So the bottom line is I'm getting is this is a deep secret, but there's a key to this, that we may not find out everything. We may not find out in a long while. But I do believe that the month of October is going to be extraordinary, in as much as some more pieces of this puzzle will be coming together. What say you, Cartomancy? Okay. The 10 of Diamonds, the need for feeling that he needed to make a change quickly. Pardon me. But at the same time, the mirror image, and that's when you have something like this, because there's always a good side and a bad side. So the mirror image of this is, even though there was a change ahead of him, it was brand new, the mirror side was that it wouldn't work out, that there would be difficulty orchestrating this, getting the point across. This is a no card. And this is a card of depression, but it's also a card that can mean needing more explanation, because the 7 of Spades beside it is fear. And the fear ties in a little bit. We're going to put him right there. The fear ties in with that. The occupation card, and then these 2 cards, 2 people that were close to him, not Erica, but 2 males that were inside of TP. There we are. More hidden things. More things that will be brought out. Lies. Secrets. Pardon me. That's Erica. Oh. It shows that she was thinking about a separation, a parting, an end. And with this Ace of Clubs summer timing card, and September 10th was, September 10th was summer, but it also has to do with wages, money, salary, lump sums. It can be a need to my apologies, a need to control money. But this parting, end of a relationship, possible separation because of a third-party interference, a third-party influence. Oh boy, we're going down the bunny trail now. A third-party interference was stepping in. And I believe this whole thing was orchestrated. I'm going to ask the question. I've got to ask the question. Was Erica involved with this type of an arrangement? Look at that. Remember what I was telling you about the 9 of Hearts? That is the yes card. That's the dream fulfilled, the wish come true. But also what I was telling you is about this heart in the middle that's upside down. And what that tells us is not only yes, and then there's a comma. Yes, however, comma, there was some head games, emotional games. Could have been any type of relationship game playing, an emotional opportunity. See what's on the bottom of the deck? Yeah. And I want you to know that in the Cartomancy, this can be a card of not only ending, loss, legal issues, but also death. And since we have the death card out here, if nothing more, it was the death of their relationship for sure. I want to get a final word from the House of Zelda card. We're going to leave this guy out here. Yeah, the truth is being hidden. Definitely. Last word for our friends. Sorry, this is a long video, my darlings. This is part 2. That we're going to continue. We're going to continue. There's more coming. Seek more knowledge, and that we will. For sure. On the bottom of the deck, the universe knows the truth, and they certainly do. I don't have an answer yet, a definitive answer, if that was Charlie's arm. Let me try with this deck. And sometimes the energy doesn't want to answer for whatever reason. We'll keep trying. I want to know. And I think that you want to know as well. There's some cards that fell out. They come like this. We're going to call them a bridge. What do they mean? And why are they a bridge? Well, first of all, this is an emotional card. This is a card of a benevolent hand coming from the heavens. Water sign and a divine inspiration. This is a bridge going from, wow. I mean, this is a long shot, but was there a heavenly body coming to get him? Is that why he reached out? But this is a card, I think, that says it all, my friends. The 7 of Swords. Look at this fellow. He's running from a tent. Why is he running? Looks like he took advantage of people. Trying to get away with something. He's dropping swords. And he's looking over his shoulder. And I believe that fits here with the bridge going from what really happened to what happened, because those who are responsible feel like they got away with it. Have they? Will they? No. I don't believe so. I don't believe about Tyler, the story of Tyler's family giving him up. I do not believe is true. I've heard a name. All right, so in this now, I want you to, if you hear of a name, Cami. Now, we're not going to get that confused with Candace, okay? Because it's not the same person. It is either Cam, Camden, Camellia, Cam. It is a Cam. And it's not a camera, it's a person. Cam, Camille, could be Camden, but it is Cammy something. Just keep that in mind. If you hear that name, but that, I just now heard that, so we'll see what happens. Thanks everyone for being here. I appreciate it. Be respectful, be kind. There's no reason not to be in the comments. I read and I try to answer everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Please give me a thumbs up. Let's get this out to the masses. Please subscribe. There's more coming, and we do a lot on this channel. Thank you so much again. I am Lady Zelda Kelly with True Oracle, and I will see you again next time. Bye for now.